In this video, we will be taking a look at the distributive property. Now, before we get into the distributive property, let's see if we can get some basic understanding of what's happening here. Let's say we wanted to add 20 plus 30. We know that 20 could also be written as 2 times 10. And then we can put our plus sign back. And we know that 30, I'll just put parentheses around these two for now. And we know that 30 can also be written as 3 times 10. And I put a parentheses around them. Here we have a 10 in both of our numbers. So what if we were to simply write this as 10 times 2 plus 10 times 3? Another way of writing multiplication instead of 10 times a number is to simply put parentheses around the numbers. And that simply means that whenever you see two numbers right next to each other with a parenthesis around one of them, it means it's multiplication. Since 10 is common to both of these situations, we could actually pull that 10 to the outside and put the 2. And then we just simply add the 3 and close the parentheses. What does this mean? Well, this means we have 10 times 2 plus we have 10 times 3. And this is where the distributive property comes from. So now let's actually try a problem that involves variables such as x's and y's, because you'll most likely see the distributive properties with a variable attached to the problem. Let's say, for example, we wanted to find 3x times, let's say, we just make it 4 plus y, which is another variable. What does this mean? This means that for our answer, we're going to have two terms. We could even go ahead and put this plus sign back right now because that will not change. Then we do 3x times the first term, because each term in the parentheses, and when I say term, I mean any two numbers or variables that are separated by a sign, means that it's one term and then a second term. And if, for example, we had even more signs, then this would be 3 terms. But for now in this problem, we only have 2 terms. So we have 3x times 4. Well, 3 times 4 will give us 12. And let's not forget to put the x back. Then we will have to do 3x times y. And all that is 3x times y, which is simply 3x. You could put the multiplication sign, but when we're working with two variables in a particular term, we just put the variables right next to each other. And this would be the distributive property. Let's see if we could try another one, but with numbers or variables that are a little bit cleaner, so it does not look so confusing. Let's say instead we had a 3 on the outside. And inside we had 2x plus 4y. What would this look like? Well, this means, again, I'm going to go ahead and put our plus sign back. This means 3 times 2x. That's if I was to have 2x 3 times. And if I have 2x 3 times, that means I have 6 x's. Because I have 2 of them, then 2 more, that's 4 of them, and 2 more, that's 6 of them. So 3 times 2x, I have 6x. 3 times 4y, I have 12y's. And that would be how we distribute the 3 to each term that's inside the parentheses. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and do not forget to share, like, and subscribe at the bottom of the page.